It's no easy task to stand up in front of a room and tell your story. Thank you, Jeff. Well, I'm really overwhelmed because this is a much bigger crowd than we had last year. I don't know if you remember, but I feel this kind of just all these virtuous circles of just incredibly generous people in the room. And I sometimes think that we live in too cynical of a society to believe that altruism and true selfless acts of kindness and generosity, exist or are possible, but I think this room stands to demonstrate at every single level that we can, in fact, come together in a purely voluntary way to make powerful change happen. And I want to speak to a couple of the levels of incredible volunteerism that exist in the room. People like Jeff and his wonderful colleagues, NSP volunteers and AmeriCorps members who are here in the room, who I hope you will speak with tonight, who give so much to their communities. Our clients like Valerie, who bring so much strength to the program and open themselves up to change. That's an incredible service, their strength. We have so many representatives here tonight from our volunteer local advisory boards and national board of directors who hold up this organization at its highest level. And I want to particularly thank our super volunteer chairman, who is right here, Martin Obernauer, my key partner, also part of a beautiful narrative for this organization as our founding seed donor and the reason that we exist, who nearly 10 years later took over as our chairman. And I want to acknowledge our incredible volunteer host committee who made tonight possible. And if you are on the host committee, if you could raise your hand, that's you, Julian, and others, make yourselves known and accept a round of applause for opening your hearts and then we've got these amazing nonprofit partners, the Works who are providing the catering, Alvin Ailey who opened their space to us, and all of our great corporate supporters tonight. So it's really incredible, this coming together, and I can't help but be pretty powerfully overwhelmed by it. Because of the generosity of everyone in this room, we have raised more money tonight than we've ever raised before in New York, and we are just a little ways away from hitting our overall goal, but as of last count, we've raised $145,000 tonight to support NSP services. We've got about $5,000 to go. I've already had several conversations with folks who've got fabulous ideas for how we're going to get there, so I'm really confident that we're going to actually exceed our goals tonight and be able to really bolster what we're doing in this community in the year ahead. I want to thank a couple of people for making this so possible. Our superstar chairwoman, Sarah Cusmano, who's back there, who truly, as I think her mother-in-law called her Wonder Woman tonight, she is just right in the middle of planning the event. She did this little thing called having a baby, but didn't skip a step, and you can't really tell tonight at all. But she does have a brand new baby, and that helped pull this together. And she had a wonderful kind of partner in crime she brought in. I don't know where Nina Blyling is, but there you are, who just has been amazing. She and her husband donated all the decorations, and not only donated the flowers, but made the arrangements themselves. And I also want to thank Nina's mom, who she brought all the way up from Louisiana to help her, Machida Erie, who's here with us tonight. So thank you all. I want to also thank a couple of particularly generous supporters who helped us get to the goal tonight. Capital One, David Deneen and his colleagues Adele Johnson and Carolyn Berkowitz have been an amazing partner and have helped us, this year as well as last year, hit the ground running with our funding goals. So I can't thank you enough. I want to thank our top-level benefactors, wonderful board members Richard and Carol Hockman and Peggy and Martin Obernauer, as well as Mark Lawrence and the Modesta Stour Foundation. It's an amazing supporter. And then I want to thank Marion Davis and David Parker, Lily Linton and Michael Ryan, Sarah Schultz and Paul Stone, and Joanne Woody and Eugene Kalin for being some of our top supporters tonight. My final overall thanks, and then just we'll wrap things up and ask you to stay and keep enjoying, but I want to thank the incredible NSP staff. And if you all could raise your hands proudly, anyone who's working on the staff, such a humbling joy and honor to work with such an amazing group of people. And I want to especially thank Cannon Level, who is the impresario for tonight, who pulled us together. You wouldn't believe it, Cannon's only in his second year out of college, and he's helped us raise $145,000 to put together this event, so don't take him away from me. I want to also thank Alex Brown, who helped Cannon very closely. And I want to point out that among the many talents of our staffs, who are truly a multi-talented group, our director of programs, Tony Brunswick, is also a brilliant photographer, and we have pictures throughout the room that I hope you'll stop and take a look at of homeless families in Washington that Tony's worked with, who just kind of speak to the NSP story in another powerful visual way. So a few last words. If you flip to the back of your program, you'll see that we've got some very, very exciting things ahead as an organization. This summer, I've spoken with many of you all about our plans to grow this organization and to meet more of the need that we're experiencing, the dramatic growth of need that we're experiencing in the core communities where we have a presence. And this summer, we're taking a first crucial step towards a major expansion strategy in Boston, right here in New York, in Philly, DC, and in Chicago. My goal over the next 4 years is to more than quintuple our presence here in the New York City area. And to do that, we need to raise an additional $1 billion over the next 4 years of growth capital, above and beyond what we've raised tonight, to be able to expand our services. We've already had 3 couples in the New York area make significant multi-year commitments to that growth capital campaign. I want to honor one of those couples who's here tonight, and I'm going to embarrass them, but John and Rachel Roden, wherever they are giving us our wings in New York City, and I cannot say enough about what that means to us and our ability to be all boroughs in this city. So stay tuned for more. But it's very exciting that we can actually start putting more staff on the ground and really looking into expansion into other boroughs. We know there's a need. We know that we have the supply of students. We know we can have a great relationship with the city government, with universities and other partners. So here we come. We're also entering into a very exciting rebranding and likely renaming process, and a lot of you all have been asking for this for many years, and it's going to be happening. So again, stay tuned, because I'm going to be asking all of your advice as we work to build a message and a kind of external persona for the organization that matches the power and substance of what we do. And finally, it's going to be 10 years, believe it or not, this October since we launched NSP in New Haven, Connecticut, and there are many people in this room who are actually in that little room in New Haven, Connecticut. I also want to acknowledge, I think Pete Gross, our first executive director, is hiding out somewhere back there, who helped us get the whole program started. But it's our 10th anniversary year. We see it as an incredible opportunity to take this organization to the next level. It's exciting, it's also scary, because it's going to take significant funds to do what we want to do, but after what has happened tonight in a financial moment when very few nonprofits are hitting their goals, it's a tough time. And for us to be in this position where I know that we're actually going to probably exceed ours after tonight, you all are buttressing us with your support, giving us so much enthusiasm to take on the challenges and excitement of expansion and growth ahead. Thank you for supporting our work, for supporting the many Jeffs and Valeries and others in the NSP universe. And I hope you'll stay, enjoy the food, enjoy the fabulous Theo Hill Trio over here. And thank you. I really appreciate it.